Hi, Dav here, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of Renan Boé here on Instagram. And this artist was actually recommended in the comment section, so I decided to check them out. And yeah, I do like their work. They have like a diverse set of styles, I think, because each piece can look a bit different, or it does look different from like the previous sketch or illustration often. So when it comes to that consistent look, I think they have a more of a diverse set of like looks to their work. I'm not sure if it's like project based or whatever, or maybe it's like a simple phase in like their process, right? But what I do notice is they're very focused on like painting, meaning most of their output is like less line art involved, and it's mostly about their brushstrokes. Some of it is more impressionistic, some of it is more like rendered or like cleaner. So I do like seeing that. And I mean, this one is so impressionistic to me. Reminds me a little bit of Craig Mullins when it comes to this sort of approach. You know what? Maybe I'll write his name down as a recommended artist. Craig Mullins. And maybe Lixin. Lixin. Yin. Yin. Pretty cool. There's also a post recently, like this one. It looks a lot like it has a very comic vibe to it, which I do like. Oh, they do classify it as poster art, and it does look like a poster. You know, for example, the graphic or the text in the back, this sort of collage kind of approach, or a montage of different like images. Maybe gigi cavenago. Especially like the black part, it makes it look very comic-ish. Gigi or Yigi, cavenago, cave. And there's also another guy, Toppi. I think it's Italian, Toppi, or something, European, Toppi, Toppi. I believe the spelling is. You might like that guy. But yeah. Even this one, I think it's concept art, character designs. I want to zoom in for a second here. Now in this case, the brushstrokes are a lot bigger, and you can tell, I think they're painting from afar, so they're kind of seeing this whole figure kind of like in a thumbnail view. That's my guess. I mean, just look at how the hand was simplified, right? It's really just two values, one light, one dark. Let me just show you here, right? This entire inside of the hand or the palm and the thumb is all in black, and everything else is like, or outside, it's just like brown or something. But what I do like is they have a bit of hue variety. Like it's not just green, like there are multiple kinds of greens in there. Even with these like sleeves. I'm not sure what kind of jacket this is called. It's like a bomber jacket or something. Jock jacket. Whenever I see like jock type of men or guys or images, I often see this kind of jacket. It's like an athlete's jacket or something. I don't know. But yeah, pretty cool. It's not even that detailed if you think about it. Right? It's all very like efficient. It's about the big picture. I think for these types of drawings or paintings, they're more appropriate for storytelling, just because you don't waste time too much with the details, number one, so you're kind of not going to be strayed away or lost, right? But also it's like impactful enough. Like oftentimes for these kinds of illustrations, they often have a lot of contrast, so you're immediately kind of pulled in. So I think that combination of not having too many details, but also having like contrast. In this case, I think the black against everything else, um, is a good choice. And you do see this a lot in like manga, comics, graphic novels, storyboards. It's just a faster way of seeing things and helping people see or follow through a story. Oh, I do like their brushes. Very textured. I do like it. Reminds me of another artist. I'm forgetting their name though. Let me just type something like painter, character study artist. I'm typing something in this monitor because I can't remember the guy's name. It's been so long since I've reviewed his work, but character, YouTube. Fuck, I can't even type YouTube studies. Yeah, because he has a bunch of YouTube videos, kind of painting in this sort of similar style. I think so. Wait, let's go back. This one's kind of different. It looks more like it's painted at the same time, but also you can see like the black markings. In a way, it looks kind of like a comic book, or it has a comic, manga, graphic novel look, while at the same time looking kind of painted and like a, like a finished sort of illustration. Maybe Fred Rambaud or Rambaud, that's how I say his name. Fred Rambaud. Fred Rambaud. I think he's a good guy to study. I'm sure there's more who kind of draw this way, but yeah, pretty cool. I mean, this one, I remember seeing this for the first time, and it does remind me of the work of Jean Chin. I'm guessing it's because of the color palette. I'm not sure if Jean Chin likes using black in their work a lot. But the color palette, like the blues, the whites, that sort of pastel kind of vibe, reminds me a lot of Jean Chin. Cool mask. It looks like the same brush they're using for concepting, like doing quick sketches, is the same brush they're using for painting. So they're kind of used to the same brushes. Pretty cool. Let's go back. What's this? No idea, but it looks kind of cool. I kind of thought of Superman, just because of the color scheme, red and blue. I mean, yeah, if you separate all of these paintings, they don't even look like they're from the same artist. Like, in my opinion. I'm not sure. I think it is like project based, or maybe they're just very experimental. Reminds me a little bit of another artist, like Yumi E something. I can't remember her name. Oh, I remember the guy's name that I was trying to recall earlier. The character who does a lot of character studies or artwork, and they have a YouTube channel. I think the guy's name is Daniel Clarke. Clarke. Wow, memory. I mean, this guy. Look at that. I like it. Mostly in grayscale, although it's in the cooler sort of side, meaning temperature-wise. Wait, let me type Yumi E. I think that's her name, because I've seen her for so long. I think it's a she, but her style kind of changes a lot. So sometimes I don't even know if I'm surprised often when I find out that's their work, just because they're very sort of experimental. I mean, this one is kind of different. It's more of like an editorial type illustration. right? The background is flat. Um, like you would see these types of things in, like, you know, as they say, a poster or a magazine. It's nice seeing this range in their work. Wait, let me open this. Yeah, I think they're using the same texture brush as their other pieces. But look at how they break down like the face. Well, pretty much everything else, but they like to separate it via planes. It almost looks a little geometric. And I often reference gouache painters or artists just because when they paint, they kind of paint in this way where they like breaking down the values into like shapes instead of blending it really smoothly like you would see with oil painters. Pretty cool. So this is the Devil May Cry guy. I think they painted the borders as well. Let me zoom in. Oh, it's kind of a very low res image, but my guess is they also painted the border. Oh wow. Yeah, well. Like if you were to see this as a traditional painting, oil painting, like you would not be surprised because oftentimes for traditional, like the types of paintings you would see like in galleries, they kind of look like this where it's a lot more quiet. Well, I guess subject wise, they do lean more on fantasy maybe. I can feel my knee, the back of my knee getting tight. I'm not sure if it's gout again. Life. Anyway, it's kind of tight, so I'm kind of worried. Anyway, some quick studies. Wait, what's this? Ga Goeng Rinha? No idea. This one's kind of light. Interesting. And I think the round brush was used for the most part. Very interesting. Wait, let me see like the night, the dark night kind of thing. Which is funny because Batman is also called the Dark Knight. And there's also like an actual Dark Knight next to him. Kind of a knight, I guess. Now this one is giving a bit of Anthony Jones to me, right? Anthony Jones, maybe another guy to recommend. Wait, let me see their drawings here. Okay. Ah, my god, my leg hurts. Or is hurting. Oh, let's zoom in on this guy. Wow. Oh, there's like a small guy or fairy or angel. All in grayscale. But in this case, the grays, I think they're just a neutral gray. I like the reflections coming from the armor. And looking at it, I think they have basic brushes here. Aside from these like dent marks, I think, in the armor. They're using some kind of special brush for that. But everything else is just done with like a round brush. For the most part. It reminds me a little bit of jidaart. Let me write their name down. jidaart. Oh, cute. I'm guessing Berserk? Is it Berserk? Oh, it is. Whenever I see like a short-haired guy, it's kind of buff with a big sword, I think Berserk. Yeah, if you look at the painting here, it's very like geometric as well. I like it. Maybe Ben Lo is another artist. Hopefully, I'm saying the name right, because I believe I met or I reviewed this or an artist who kind of has this approach as well. A little bit. Look at this guy or chick. Let me drink some coffee. Fuck. Excuse me. So fan art of a character made by this person, Amy Thompson. Jesus. Her work is so gorgeous and beautiful. You must check it out. So check out Amy Thompson. Or Amy. Now, this knight specifically kind of reminds me of one of the pieces of Axel Sauerwald. It's been so long since I've reviewed his work, but I remember doing an episode of his work. Axel Sauerwald something. Because I remember seeing like a green knight. Like the armor is green as well. Kind of like this character, but it was way more like saturated in my memory. But yeah. A zombie knight? You know, the white hair kind of reminds me of the character from Dungeon Meshi something. The dragon girl. I haven't seen the full show, but there's this character. She's kind of part dragon or part bird. She's like a super large creature. And she has like red. It's all I remember is like white hair, white feathers, and red sort of skin for the feet and hands. Kind of reminds me of that when you look at this image. Obviously, there's a lot of white and red. Let me see this guy. Looks kind of like what, Thor? Well, sorry, not Thor, but Hulk. Obviously because of the green, but look at the brushstrokes here. Very geometric. Yeah, Shrek, I guess. Shrek as well. Kinda. Yeah. Look at how they're breaking down the values. Even the way the shadow was done. Look at how clear that shape is. Lots of triangles. Very shapy, very graphic. I want to see some more images. Okay. Interesting. I like the hair too. The way it's sort of simplified and broken down. Just imagine this hair as like a rock or something. Like they're not drawing the strands too much. I mean, you can see some like highlights here, but yeah, they just see everything as like shapes. So I do like that. Pretty cool. I think they're influenced by a lot of like classical paintings. Just because of the way the characters are posed, they look so classic or just demure. I mean, yeah. Very impressionistic. Definitely one of my people. Only because I am a fan of impressionistic artwork. I know some people in the comments, not many, but sometimes I get like comments like, "Oh, all you talk about is impressionistic art." I mean, it's what I like, so sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, this one's a lot more simplified, more broken down. Yeah, so they can go from like this sort of almost like a comic book kind of look where everything is kind of simplified, very graphic, big shapes, big dark shapes. And then they can go from this to more traditional, very like filled up with a bunch of brush strokes. And they're not big brush strokes, they're kind of small, kind of dotty, right? Like they've been dabbed in. Pretty cool. Berserk again. Now the style here is a bit different. I see more smaller pencil strokes, or the brush is kind of really small, and then they do this sort of dashy thing. Interesting. I want to open this guy. That is a cool freaking dragon. Okay, it's a close up. Oh, a different dragon. Oh! I want to see the full. Oh, look at this guy. Okay, it's kind of loading, but yeah, let me see some more stuff. Yeah, the bulk of it. Oh, this one's pretty cool. This fantasy type of content. This one reminds me of the character from Game of Thrones, the super tall blonde woman with short hair. Oh, look at this guy, freaking Chad. Or a Giga Chad. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot more to see. Oh, wow. The dragons are kind of getting to me. Okay, I'm waiting for it to open in a new tab. But it's taking a while. Okay. Oh, this guy. Look at that. Oh. I mean, it's all with a round brush. Guys, you don't have an excuse. As much as I love my brushes, the round brush is just... like, you don't have an excuse. Right? So freaking cool. Like, even the InAudio, it just looks so like strong. This one looks so elegant to me. Look at that. I like how they're able to capture like the redness in the nose, the cheeks, and even in like the tip of the ear. Pretty cool. So beautiful. Oh wow. I like the hues here being used. It's a bunch of everything in the middle, or in the bottom part really, is in the cool side. Lots of blues, purples, and in the, I mean, look at how it sort of transitions. Cool, warm, cool again, and then warm. It kind of goes back and forth and alternates. And within that, it has like different proportions. This has the biggest mass. It gets kind of smaller here, and then even smaller here, and even smaller here. So the ratio relative to each sort of part, it does differ. I want to see the dragons. Oh. I mean the brush strokes. Look at it. And if you zoom out, like the lighting seems good. Right? I like the red and the white combination. It looks so striking. Because how often do you see animals with red and white? I mean, maybe a bunny, because there are white bunnies with like red eyes, and maybe that, but... imagine this flying. I want to see like the neck or this guy. Oh. Do you see the brush strokes? How they're not too big. They kind of get smaller over time, but they're not too tight. I like it. And when it comes to these dragons, this one is kind of, it's giving a little bit of raph lomotan. So I'm gonna write his name down to Raph Lomotan. Yeah. So anyway, that's it for this art review of Renan Boé. So thank you, by the way, for the recommendation. Sometimes you recommend stuff. I mean, I do check it out. Whenever you recommend names, I do check it out. But sometimes if I don't feel like reviewing that artist in the moment, I'm not gonna do it, just because I kind of go by feeling whenever I do these videos. Because if I don't feel like it, I won't be able to talk about it as much, you know? Oh wow. Wait, let me see this. Unexplored Shadows. Okay, they have an ArtStation link, but yeah, it's in their Instagram bio. Some concept sketches here. And then they made a grayscale version first. And then once they've kind of established like the main things, main concept, then they commit to adding the colors. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. Oh, I want to see the full version. I think we have one more image here. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's taking a while to load. Damn, what's going on? Yeah, there's so many more paintings. Like this guy does have, or Chekonos has a lot of what the hell work out there. Yeah, I want to see this guy. Oh, this one's kind of cool. They have like a scar in the face. Yeah, so the larger image, look at that. Wait, this one it's giving a little bit of James Paick. I'm mentioning so many artists. I'm not sure if I'm in the flow or something. James Paick, right? Let me go back because these two are kind of interesting. Yeah, I was supposed to end the video, but yeah, I need to. I'll zoom out. Okay, they're experiments. So they do a lot of experiments, right? And that does contribute to that sort of diversity when it comes to their style. I like the greens. Great accent sort of color there. Very cool. Looks kind of like the Metal Solid Gear person guy. This one's kind of cool because you can see like the scars. I think they're scars in the face, or maybe they're kind of markings, but they look kind of indented into the skin. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, so if you are a painter and if you're kind of the impressionistic type, I do recommend you check out the work of Renan Boé. So I'm going to link this page in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.